would you hire us again to
Oh gosh,
install your generator?
I would have. If I could go backwards, I'd hire you initially.
Yeah,
Buyer beware, because it was a nightmare,
right.
absolute nightmare.
All right. You happy to be done, Joe?
I am extremely happy to be done. It's actually hard to believe, but it brings me pleasure every day knowing that it's done, and I get a test every Wednesday.
Yeah. To summarize kind of what we're about to talk about, you had originally hired a different company to install the generator. You didn't have a great experience. You fired them. You came to us. How long did the first company tell you it was going to take to get this put in, and how long did it actually end up taking you?
Okay, so I contracted with them in January last year, so 2025. They told me they would get it done before I left because we're snowbirds in May. They actually didn't start till August, and I was not here, which is not a good situation. And they kind of fumbled around until I met you guys, probably in, I don't know what, November, December, but they
Yeah.
failed 4 Collier County inspections miserably, and sometimes nothing was done in between inspections. They didn't, no attempt to even improve or correct what the
Yeah.
infractions were. Buyer beware, because it was a nightmare,
Right.
absolute nightmare.
So I think you reached out to us at the beginning of December. And that's
Yeah.
when the conversation started. We're mid-February now in 2026. Generators fully installed, pass inspections. It's been tested. You're ready to go for your first power outage. Uh,
Which I hope I never need it.
right now, eventually you got to the point where you're like, I'm done with them. How did you hear about Empowered Global?
Okay, so just one more thing about how I knew I was done with them was when they actually refused to meet me on the site to go over the issues. And they never had been here, the people that I was speaking to, and refused to actually meet me here.
Mm-hmm.
So I got connected through to Empowered Global through my HOA president that actually knew of you. But there was other people that I talked to, but they weren't even willing to come out here. You guys were so giving of your time.
Mm-hmm.
You came out here. Robert came out here. He looked at the situation. I understand. I've done a lot of contracting. It's a hot potato. Nobody really wanted to take it, but you guys took control.
Yeah.
And you piloted, or you steered me through the solution, or to a solution,
Yeah.
which was, you were the only ones.
Yeah. Now, you called us. I came out here. I inspected what the previous company had already done, which they, to the untrained eye, it looked like they were done. Generator was here, gas was hooked up, electric was hooked up. But I came out here. I looked over the install because they were having trouble passing an inspection, and I came to you and I was like, "Hey, Joe, the only thing they did right was basically set this generator on a pad. Everything else has to be redone." What went through your mind once you
Well,
heard that?
I kind of knew that because by the time I came back in the fall, I started to meet with the inspectors myself, and I got a handle of the real issues. And when you came out here, essentially you were telling me the only thing I really had was a generator, a piece of equipment, and maybe some underground plumbing for the trenching for the gas. But everything was wrong. The electrical, the battery was dead. This didn't even power up.
Yeah.
You told me what the issues were. But even though you did that, when you guys came out here and actually started the work, I was so impressed by what it took to do this correctly. I mean, you send out these technicians, these specialty technicians that dug trenches and boarding, different sized pipes, and moved the switch up higher, and just, you basically just cleaned up a mess, but did it the right way. And it was a lot of work.
What was the experience like working with us once we got to your property, got going? Did we deliver on everything that we said we would?
You delivered beyond what you said. First of all, every time someone was coming here, they came on time. There was an introduction text I had with a photograph of the person that was coming here. You came here, you knew what to do. It was like a military operation. It was just, it was precise. And, you even helped me with the paperwork to switch the contractors and stuff, because they weren't even helping me with that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, once you guys started coming out here, it was, you did what you said. You said what you're going to do, you did it. and you did it beyond my expectations.
Awesome.
Like even Victor, the plumbing guy with 32
Gas
years
guy.
experience, amazing.
Yeah.
You know, everyone was just top notch.
For people out there that are interested in getting a generator, maybe looking right now to get a generator, what advice would you, other than hiring Empowered Global, what advice just in general would you give them, or any red flags that you would give them that they would want to consider before making
Well,
an investment?
you have to be careful in Naples because people will prey on you. But I really don't have any other advice other than use Empowered Global, because currently, right now, there's a moratorium on generators in our HOA.
Yeah, we're in Talus Park.
We are in Talus Park, and they're not. This association is not allowing any more generators because of partly what my previous contractors did and didn't do here.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you that if they hired you guys, that there would be no issues with the HOA, and I'm going to tell them that because it will be done beyond, you know, the requirements and guidelines of the HOA.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, I just know that if, and I mean this sincerely, if they were using Empower Global, I could put myself on the line with the HOA and say, look, there will be no issues.
Right, right.
Because there are people that want generators here, and there's a moratorium right now.
Right. Unfortunately, your story is not unique. We've had 6 customers just in the last year who have fired the original company that they hired to start their install, and then those people ended up switching to us for a multitude of reasons, but you know, some stories very similar to yours. So I think I already know the answer to this question. This is my last question for you, but would you hire us again to install your generator?
I would have, if I could go backwards, I'd hire you initially.
Yeah.
You know, because the other group was not only the Keystone cops, they didn't know what they're doing, but there was a sinister side to it. They literally didn't care. You guys did it right. I have the best generator at Telus Park right now.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, well, we're glad that we were able to get things straightened out and give you a generator you can be proud of, and we look forward to
more than that,
helping you in the future.
I have confidence in this. I'm proud of it, but I also have confidence that in the event of a hurricane or a power outage, this is going to work, and I'm going to get notified on my phone. I'm going to know what's going on.
Absolutely.
Peace of mind.
Absolutely. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
All right.
You guys are the best, honestly. Well, I don't know if you can edit that down, but
oh